All right, let's dive straight into this explainer. What actually happens to your kidneys if you completely quit sugar for 30 days? We're always hearing about sugar's effect on our waistlines or our energy levels, right? But the impact it has on our internal organs, specifically our kidneys, is a fascinating story that rarely gets told. Today, we're unpacking the wild, unseen biological journey your kidneys go on when you cut out added sugar, and how a simple 30-day break can fundamentally alter your cellular health.
So think of your kidneys as your body's silent bodyguards. They're highly trained, completely stealthy, and they work around the clock to keep your bloodstream pristine. But when excess sugar floods the system, these poor bodyguards get forced into endless, grueling overtime, which subtly starts to alter the way they handle the body's waste. Let's look at what happens when we finally give them a break.
And when I say they work hard, I mean it. Try 50 gallons. Your kidneys are constantly working overtime, filtering nearly 50 gallons of blood every single day. That is just a massive volume of fluid pushing through these microscopic channels. And because sugar hits your system so incredibly fast, unlike fats or proteins, your kidneys practically have to act like giant sponges just to absorb the overflow and keep your blood chemistry stable. But honestly, here's the truly terrifying part. Your kidneys, they don't complain. They don't send out early warning signals. Most people only find out they have kidney issues after 70%. Yes, 70% of their function is literally already gone. You could be walking around feeling totally fine, young and healthy, while years of silent sugar damage are just wearing down your internal filters decades before any symptoms appear. It's the ultimate stealth issue. Section 1. The sticky coffee filter. Researchers at Harvard use this absolutely brilliant analogy. They say high added sugar acts exactly like pouring sticky syrup into a coffee filter. Think about it. You pour water through a coffee filter, it works great, right? But if you continually pour thick, sticky syrup through it, the filter clogs up, it bows, and it eventually weakens under the pressure. Over the years, this repeated sticky overload just wrecks your delicate nephrons, those tiny filters inside your kidneys, and shoots your risk of chronic kidney disease way up. Medically, this overload leads to something called glomerular hyperfiltration. Basically, your kidneys are being forced to filter way too much blood. Now, on paper, that might sound like they're just stepping up to the plate and doing a better job, but it's actually like revving your car's engine in the red zone all day long. If you keep the RPMs maxed out like that, eventually parts are going to wear out and break down. Section 2. The first 72 hours.
Okay, so what happens the moment you quit? Well, the first 72 hours are a literal biological clash. Your brain is aggressively complaining, the headaches, the mood swings, the intense cravings, because it misses those quick glucose spikes. It's basically a caffeine detox. But your kidneys, they are quietly throwing a party. That sudden drop in sugar means an almost immediate drop in internal pressure. Plus, studies show a rapid decrease in AGEs, advanced glycation end products. These are the actual molecules that accelerate kidney aging. Within just days, your blood gets cleaner, and your kidneys can finally settle into a much gentler, healthy rhythm. Section 3. Reversing hidden damage. As we push past those rough first few days, we start reversing some really dangerous hidden damage. It's a classic domino effect. Step 1, you eat excess sugar. Step 2, your insulin spikes. Step 3, and a lot of people miss this part, that insulin spike actually signals your kidneys to desperately hold on to extra sodium and water, which leads to step 4. This massive water retention directly strains your blood vessels and jacks up your blood pressure. It's exactly why a high sugar diet often leaves you feeling bloated and fatigued. But the cool thing is, within weeks of quitting, this water retention begins to reverse. It turns down the pressure in your whole cardiovascular system and finally lets your kidneys work in peace.
And let's talk about something incredibly painful for a second. Kidney stones. A study in the Journal of Urology actually points to sugar as a major sneaky culprit behind them. We usually blame salt or not drinking enough water, right? But high sugar intake actually heavily increases the amount of calcium excreted in your urine, making it super easy for crystals to form and harden into stones. The amazing news? Quitting sugar for just 1 month drastically improves your urinary composition, effectively lowering the risk of stone formation. Just 30 days of discipline could literally spare you years of excruciating pain down the line.
Section 4. The 30-day repair crew.
Think about it like this. If sugar is the gasoline, uncontrolled diabetes is the wildfire. It is one of the leading causes of kidney failure worldwide.
When you've got constant high blood glucose, it just burns right through the blood vessels in your kidneys, driving diabetic nephropathy. But when you quit sugar, your overall insulin sensitivity shoots up. Your body suddenly needs way less insulin to handle glucose. It kicks off this amazing chain reaction of healing, protecting both your pancreas from overworking and your kidneys from that metabolic wildfire.
By the 30-day mark, the internal repair crew has done some serious work. Look at these measurable changes. Inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, or CRP, they plummet. Think of inflammation like rust on metal. Less sugar means less rust on your organ tissues. And even more critically, there is a steep drop in protein leakage in the urine. Now, protein leaking is a huge, flashing red flag for kidney damage. So seeing that leakage decrease, it is biological proof that your kidney's microscopic filtration barrier is literally strengthening and healing itself.
Section 5. Beyond 30 days. So let's put this whole timeline into perspective, because 30 days really is just the beginning of lifelong health benefits. At 72 hours, you're getting immediate biological relief, lower internal pressure, fewer of those aging molecules. Moving into a few weeks, the domino effect reverses. Your blood pressure drops, the swelling subsides, and your risk for crystal formation and kidney stones completely tanks. And by day 30, actual cellular repair is well underway. Inflammation is down, protein leakage is dropping, and those microscopic coffee filters, your nephrons, are finally bouncing back. Long-term studies make it incredibly clear. Taking control of your sugar intake fundamentally lowers your risk of chronic kidney disease, heart disease, and diabetes. Sure, an occasional treat isn't going to permanently wreck your organs, but daily excess absolutely will. It brings up this really powerful truth. Moderation protects your baseline, but elimination truly allows the body to heal. Once you experience that surge in energy, the stable moods, the sheer internal health, honestly, why would you even want to go back? Knowing that every single day you choose to skip the added sugar, you are actively protecting yourself from a future that might involve a dialysis machine, it really shifts your perspective. You actually have the power to stop this silent damage in its tracks, long before it hits that terrifying 70% threshold. So, what does this all mean for you? The only question left to ask is, are you ready to finally give your silent bodyguards a well-deserved break?